Now at 5:30 on WKYT this morning, the brutal killing made headlines across central Kentucky. 30 years later, one of two men convicted for murder is up for parole.
Also on WKYT, two people suffered serious injuries in a Lexington shooting. Meanwhile, police say the shooter remains on the loose this morning. We'll have details on the investigation just ahead.
And the presidential frontrunners continue to inch closer to winning their party's nomination. More on the Trump and Clinton's victory in the Empire State coming up on WKYT this morning.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine, as we've been saying this morning. Get ready to go on this Wednesday. It's going to be a great day ahead. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Michelle Chamberlain. You know, if you always need your coffee, go ahead. Just sit back, drink your coffee, and watch us, right?
That's right. And get ready for the day. Sunshine, we're anticipating that again today, here and there. We'll be watching tomorrow more closely. Meteorologist Micah Harris in our First Alert Weather Center.
Yeah, another good-looking day out and about. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s this morning. So it's already a good feel. We slide off into your afternoon right around 80 degrees. And you know what? It's just continue to drop with our temperatures each and every day. It's not much, but it is. And what that indicates, here comes a little bit more moisture, because moisture is hard to heat up. We get into your afternoon. Afternoon looks mainly dry. Remember, I cannot rule out a slight chance of rain, especially during the evening and nighttime hours. That's probably your best bet at 20 to 30%. But it's really tomorrow that the rain starts to increase. And I'm going to show you that in your forecast. I'm going to take you hour by hour for tomorrow and show you when you have some chances to stay dry and when the rain really moves on in. That's coming up.
Okay, see you then.
He's been behind bars for 3 decades, but today a man convicted in a Lexington murder is up for parole.
Investigators say Eric Hayden was 29 years old when he and another man killed a Columbia Steakhouse manager before setting that restaurant on fire on Alexandria Drive. WKYT's Mark Barber is joining us live from Frankfort with a look ahead to Hayden's parole hearing and request coming this morning. Mark?
Good morning, Bill. And in just 3 hours, Eric Hayden will have his chance to ask the state parole board here in Frankfort to release him from prison. The 59-year-old was sentenced to life in prison back in 1987 for a crime so disturbing that attorneys say it was not just murder, it was mutilation. Now, ever since then, Hayden has been in prison the past 30 years for murdering 36-year-old Clay Nelson. Hayden and another man, Clarence Jones, knew Nelson, who was the manager of the Columbia Steakhouse on Alexandria Drive. The two men worked together to rob and kill him. Nelson was stabbed 51 times. His killers then set the restaurant on fire after they committed the callous crime. Earlier this week, Nelson's family asked the parole board to keep Hayden in prison. While there's just no way to know what the board will decide today, back in 2011, they did deny Hayden and Jones's requests for parole, pointing to the seriousness of their crime. Now this morning, Nelson's family is certainly hoping for a very similar decision from the parole board as Hayden asks to be set free once again. Now again, his parole hearing will be at 8:30 here this morning. We will be here for it, and as soon as the board makes their decision, we'll bring it to you here on WKYT and on our website, WKYT.com. Live in Frankfort, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, Mark, thank you. We first told you about this tragic story earlier this week, and now we're learning some new details about the death of a Louisville toddler who was found dead on a daycare van.
Such a sad story. We're also hearing reactions from the little boy's mother as she tries to make sense of his death. WKYT's Caitlin Sinner is at our live desk this morning with details.
Good morning, Michelle. It's a horrifying story out of Louisville. Details are still fuzzy this morning after 2-year-old Levante Xavier Swain was found dead inside a van outside of an elementary school. His mom barely able to speak as she talks about Levante, who died Monday from the heat. The 19-year-old mother of a toddler found in a hot car says her son was with his daycare when he was found. That daycare, she says, is owned by her aunt. Our media partners in Louisville obtained records showing the state has investigated the daycare multiple times since 2012. But despite those findings, the daycare has a star rating from the state for going above and beyond for the kids. According to Louisville Metro Police, Levante was in a van about 3 to 4 hours. Also confirming an employee of Lil Kings and Queens Daycare was operating that van. The daycare has not commented. The 19-year-old mom says this was her only son. She says she called him Vontae, Daddy, and King.
so many stories. It don't even add up.
A spokesperson for the school district where Levante was found says it was a carpool attendant that found the toddler unresponsive and immediately called 911. Police are still investigating. At the live desk, Caitlin Setner, WKYT.
Certainly very sad. Thank you very much, Caitlin. We have learned that a Nicholasville man was the victim of a deadly crash in Lexington. It happened about 7:30 last night near Old Richmond Road and Grimes Mill Road. Police say 61-year-old Joseph Gerard was riding his motorcycle when a truck crossed the median and hit him head-on. The coroner tells us that Gerard died at the scene. Police say Gerard's passenger and the driver of the truck also had injuries. We understand both were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
2 people were seriously injured in a late afternoon shooting, and this morning, Lexington police say the shooter is still on the run. We're told the shooting happened at a home on Warnock Street around 5 o'clock last night. Now, once on the scene, officers say 2 people were found shot inside that home. Police say one of the victims was shot in the abdomen and the other was shot twice in the leg. Their conditions are not known this morning. Police do believe the shooting could be tied to criminal activity.
A Lexington prison escapee is back in a central Kentucky area to face a judge after being caught in Maryland. The Fayette County Sheriff's Office says Jason Arnold was arrested yesterday in Baltimore. He was serving a 10-year sentence for convictions out of Madison County. He will be arraigned today on an escape charge.
This morning, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are one step closer to winning their party's presidential nomination.
After winning big in New York, Trump is now the only candidate who could win the nomination before the convention based on pledged delegates remaining. And Clinton now has about 80% of the delegates she will need to clinch. Hannah Daniels has the latest from New York on the campaign.
There's no place like home.
Hillary Clinton triumphed against Bernie Sanders in New York's primary, picking up at least 135 of the 247 delegates at stake. Speaking from Manhattan last night, the Democratic frontrunner turned her attention to the general election, mentioning her rival only once.
And to all the people who supported Senator Sanders, I believe there is much more that unites us than divides us.
Sanders was counting on a victory in New York to stop Clinton from clinching the party nomination. Following the loss, he blasted the state's primary voting system for leaving registered independents out.
People should have the right to participate in a primary and vote for their candidate for president of the United States.
On the Republican side, Donald Trump rode a wave of support from men, women, outsiders, and conservatives to victory in his home state. After picking up a majority of the 95 delegates at stake, the GOP frontrunner says he's the only Republican candidate with a path to securing the nomination.
We have won millions of more votes than Senator Cruz, millions and millions of more votes than Governor Kasich. We're really rocket.
Despite finishing third in New York, Ted Cruz still hopes to unify the party behind him.
Join me now on this journey of less talk and more action.
The presidential contenders are now looking to next Tuesday, when 5 states hold their presidential primaries. Hannah Daniels, CBS News, New York.
Michigan's Attorney General is expected to announce the first criminal charges connected to the Flint water crisis today. Sources close to the investigation say 2 officials with the State Department of Environmental Quality, along with a water treatment plant supervisor in Flint, will be charged with felony and misdemeanor charges. The charges come as residents of Flint continue using filters and bottled water as an alternative to the city's contaminated water supply.
17 years ago today, 2 teenagers carried out one of the deadly school shootings in U.S. history. On April 20th, 1999, 18-year-old Eric Harris and 17-year-old Dylan Klebold opened fire inside Columbine High School in Littleton, Colorado. 12 students and 1 teacher were killed. 23 others were wounded there. After the shootings, Harris and Klebold turned the guns on themselves. The Columbine shooting is still ranked as one of the worst mass shootings in U.S. history and one of the country's deadliest school shootings ever.
Funeral arrangements are now set for a cardiologist killed in a crash over the weekend in Bourbon County. Dr. David Cassidy was riding his bicycle on Lexington Road in Paris when he was hit by an SUV. He owned a private practice on Harrodsburg Road while also working at St. Joseph Hospital here in Lexington. Dr. Cassidy's funeral will be held on Friday morning at 11 o'clock at Christ Church Cathedral. There will be a reception from 12 to 2 at the Hunt Morgan House.
A Menifee County Animal Shelter says a two-legged dog is getting a second leash on life. Shay, the chocolate lab mix, ran away from her owners and then got lost in the woods and ended up fracturing both of her legs. And she needed both of her legs eventually to be amputated. The shelter's been trying to raise money to get her a wheelchair, and last week they finally got her one.
People all over the United States within 48 hours donated enough money to pay her vet bill and to pay for the wheelchair.
In fact, Shay's wheelchair came all the way from Massachusetts. It cost about $700. Shay was fitted into the wheelchair, and look at her go now. She's been taking it for a spin and just looks so happy.
She's a cutie.
Yeah.
That's great news to hear.
Yeah, good spirit there, that little dog. Time this morning is 5:41, and let's check live drive traffic now. See what's going on early on this Wednesday. The reports are all good at the moment. A lot of green, as you see there on our current traffic map throughout the Bluegrass. We have no problems that we know of at the moment. Racing will resume today at Keeneland, so look for those crowds out along Versailles Road before and after the meet. There's Athens Boonesboro at I-75. You're looking good. Moving on up the interstate to Manowar and Winchester. Things are looking fine as well this morning. No reports of any trouble, so it's a good day.
Good news.
Yeah.
Good way to start off your day.
And a lot more news coming up here on your Wednesday on WKYT.
Coming up, a 4-year-old surfer is riding a wave of viral success across the internet.
We do have some rain actually in the forecast. Most of us staying dry right now, but it looks like it's going to increase as we go throughout the next couple of days. I'll show you that in your forecast coming up next.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
It's a pretty good looking day in store. Good start to the forecast as you're walking out the door early this morning. Kids going off to the school bus stop. Things are looking just fine, and temperatures feel pretty good. It's much like what you felt yesterday morning. Even slightly warmer in some locations. Frankfort and Jackson sitting there in the 60s early this morning. Let's look across town. There's really not much going on. Clouds will be on the increase. Here's what we cannot do. We cannot rule out a small chance of rain during the daylight hours, but most of this actually comes during the evening and nighttime hours. And when I say most, I'm talking still 20–30%. It's still not a great chance. So if you have any plans, still stick to them. You'll get a few blips here and there out ahead of our main front. Our main system's still well back west as it's slowly but surely migrating its way eastbound. We travel off into tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be your better chance of rain. Here is 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, as it does look like the best chance is going to be still west of I-75. But still, we're talking about rain actually in the forecast. We haven't felt that in quite some time. So we'll go through the day, watch it become pretty scattered out and about. We go toward 4 p.m. Remember, this is spotty rain. Not everybody will see it, but you still have a pretty good chance at that at about 60%. Scattered showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. None of that severe weather either. And as you can see, none of it's really heavy rain. I just don't expect a lot of heavy rain out of this. Most of us right around ½ an inch, and ½ an inch, that doesn't really do much. You can put your ferns out or your plants out that are kind of under maybe a back patio or whatever it may be. You get some free water out of this, but in terms of just looking at any flooding, you're not going to see that. Any type of severe weather, not going to see it. So we head toward Friday morning. Friday morning, I would say, is your best bet to actually pick up some rain. Friday afternoon, here's what happens. That was 7 a.m. Here's 4 p.m. and some rain still left over toward eastern Kentucky, but it's fading away as we go throughout the afternoon back toward the west and the central zones too. And so Friday evening looks pretty good. So let's talk about what's going to be going on there in Keeneland on Friday. I would say the rain moves out as the races begin. So it should be a pretty good day there on Friday afternoon. And then we head towards Saturday and Sunday. Both of those days look really good. The only difference, temperatures, 73, 80 degrees on Sunday. Still really, really nice. You got to love that. Let's check out your 7-day forecast. see what you can expect. We're getting a few bouts of rain here and there. Remember, none of this is extremely heavy, and none of this is going to cancel many plans. I would say tomorrow, if your kids have some ball games tomorrow afternoon or evening, that's when you could run into a few issues here and there with a spotty shower or thunderstorm. But other than that, we get off towards your weekend. Your weekend just looks phenomenal. 73 Saturday, 80 degrees on Sunday, which is pretty much what we did this past weekend. This past weekend was great.
It certainly was.
Nice
I'll let you keep that $20.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Pretty weekend so far.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm liking it.
it looks really good and, you know, easy to enjoy. Time this morning is 5:48. An adorable 4-year-old girl is becoming a viral sensation after hanging 10 for the first time.
Meet tiny surfer girl Avina Zai. Avina has been riding waves with her dad since she was just 2 years old. Zizi, rather, but over the weekend she accomplished a first when she rode her first tube wave solo. Just look at that face. Oh, that's so cute. Her dad said he and the pint-sized star practiced riding at home in their pool. He said finally letting her go was hard, but after a successful ride, he couldn't be more proud.
Well, you're right. It looks like she just enjoyed it and knows what she's doing up there.
I'm proud of that dad, too. I can't say I'd let my 4-year-old do that on her own. That'd be scary.
Well, again,
Good for
she
her,
looks like she did quite well. 5:49 is the time. Rolling towards 6 o'clock. Great to have you along. Hey, it's your Wednesday, everybody. We have a lot more news coming up in just a moment.
We'll be right back.
Good morning. Welcome back into WKYT this morning as you get after it here on this Wednesday. We're glad you're with us. Or maybe you're just relaxing, you know, whatever. We're glad you're along.
That's a good way to start the morning, right?
Yeah, it's hump day and the 5:52 right now.
Let's take a look at some of the stories we're working on at this hour.
A lot going on. One of 2 men convicted of brutally murdering a Lexington man 30 years ago is up for parole today. Police say Eric Hayden was 29 years old when he helped kill 36-year-old Clay Nelson. Hayden's parole hearing will start at 8:30 this morning.
And Lexington police are still searching for a shooting suspect that left 2 people hospitalized. It happened at a home on Warnock Street yesterday afternoon. Police say both victims suffered serious injuries. The 2016 presidential contenders turn their focus to 5 states holding primaries next week, including Pennsylvania.
And of course, this comes after Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton got a big boost in momentum and delegates last night after scoring decisive victories in New York's primary. Exit polls show voters on both sides believe the economy is the biggest issue of the campaign.
Michigan's Attorney General announces the first criminal charges today in connection to the Flint water crisis. The charges will be filed against 2 state regulators and a treatment plant supervisor. The development comes amid a pledge from State Governor Rick Snyder to drink filtered Flint water for the next 30 days. A mouth bacteria known as P. gingivalis could signal an increased risk for pancreatic cancer.
And researchers at New York's university found men and women who have the bacteria showed a 59% higher risk of developing pancreatic cancer. Doctors say the finding could lead to earlier detection tools.
And scientists can now pinpoint the part of the brain that recognizes facial expressions. Researchers at Ohio State University say the discovery will provide new insight into how the brain works and may help with autism research. Let's get a check this hour on today's traffic trouble spots with Live Drive Traffic. All is well out there. It's a good time to leave and head out the door if you're about to do so. Time to check in now with Bill to see what's happening online.
Well, on WKYT.com, we have all the latest, and again, we'll be following up 30 years after a brutal murder in Lexington. One of the 2 men convicted is up for parole today. Eric Hayden asking to be let out of prison, and we'll be on top of that story. And also trending this morning, one of Lexington's biggest employers is being sold. Lexmark being bought by a Chinese company. Read our story about the deal and the fact that Lexmark says it plans to keep its headquarters in the Bluegrass. All right, we're covering all sides of this story as Governor Matt Bevin says he has found evidence of corruption during the tenure of former Governor Steve Beshear. Bevin says he has hired a legal firm to investigate. Beshear is calling it a pathetic spectacle. We have uploaded video of the governor's allegations and responses from Beshear as well. A lot of you, of course, are checking out our story about a new flight from Lexington to the New York area. United will offer those flights starting on July 1st, and we have the details, including including how you can book a flight. On Kentucky.com, details about that big solar power plant in Mercer County. There's a story up about the expectations and how it could be a way forward for clean energy as well. Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump with those big wins in New York's primary and moving forward to 5 contests next week, where both of them are at the top of the polls for the Democratic and Republican nominations. And CBS This Morning is coming up with your eye-opener and, of course, our local updates as well. That starts at 7. Hey, join us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter or Instagram, and for the latest anytime, WKYT.com.
Well, we're looking at the 60s over toward the east and northeast. I mean, we're talking Moorhead at 61, Lakeview Heights coming in at 61. Going to Hillsboro, work your way southbound, and you can see Jackson, Van Cleve sitting there at 61, Harlan, and then go off towards, say, Hazard and Perry County, Buckhorn area. Looking good this morning. Good morning to you guys across the Hal Rogers Parkway. All looks well. It's a good feel, too. It really is. But then we head toward the afternoon. We're talking upper 70s, lower 80s. It's getting slightly cooler. It's not cool, but it's cooler than the past few days. Most are dry in the forecast. That doesn't mean everybody's dry. It just means most are dry. Just can't rule out a slight chance of rain there in the forecast. So towards your late afternoon up into the evening hours. Now, the rain chances pick up tomorrow. I'm going to go over that, show you when the first raindrops move on in, coming up with another hour of WKYT News. If you're about to take off, have a great Wednesday, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow morning. But if you're not, we'll see you back here in just a couple of minutes.